And we're back. We are here at Everlasting Summer Part 2 with Alisa, and we're about to find out if Semian's gonna reveal the ye old grand old truth to her. Let's get going. How should she know? Is it any concern of hers? Am I reacting this way just because it's true and that it's Alisa who spoke the truth? You can't know how to do everything. Probably not. But you should be able to do but you should be able to at least do something. So are you saying that I can't do anything? Did I skip dialogue? I think I might have skipped a line or two. How should I know? You know, I what? Should I tell her about my computer skills? Or about the books and movies? Oh, books I've read and movies I've watched? But like, why are we trying so hard to be like, man, Alisa, look at me, I can do a cool thing too. Oh well, this is a pointless conversation. Ain't that right? Let's go back to the cabin. And that goes without saying. Hey Alisa, you're only concerned with having fun. And you do nothing but whine. Ah, God, forget it. Semian, just leave. I know, I like literally want to leave right now. I jumped down from the stage and walked away from the concert area. Go then, I heard Alisa yelling to me. I'm already going. I hissed. See, why is this the first the interaction is just argument and argument? Okay, the path led me back to the square. There was Slavia in the center of it, sweeping the area. Oh my god, Slavia voice. Oh, Semian, hi! I thought everyone was already asleep. No, what are you doing? Cleaning up after the ball. Why didn't you come? See, it's like, I remember Slavia's voice being like, oh, it's like all dainty, and then like Lena's voice is like way more dainty. And where have you been? I mean, it's an appropriate question considering that we're all acquaintances here. I had a slightest intention of telling Slavia how I embarrassed myself on stage with the guitar in front of Alisa, while the whole camp was having fun at the square. I took a walk. Okay, but you should have come. It was fun. Again, like, why didn't we go? Why couldn't they just replace, like, that one dance CG with just Alisa, and then we could have been like, ooh, romantic, la 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 la. Glad you enjoyed yourself. Okay. I've been sweating like a pig today because of the worries or just the hot night. Man, are you telling me, like, it's hot in my room, like, right now? Hey, do you know where I can, like, have a bath? Certainly. Go straight, then a bit to the left, by the path, then to the right, and there will be a bathhouse. Should I accompany you? No, no need. I'll find it myself. I didn't want to burden her more. Yeah, Slavia's literally doing her due diligence, but maybe I'm just biased towards like, you know, respectful people, but still salty. I walked along the forest path in the direction Slavia showed. My whole body was itching. How didn't I notice it before? And more importantly, what else hadn't I noticed? If things keep going like this, then I'll have to stay in this world forever. I shivered at the thought. Probably at the idea that I didn't feel any terror, or even just fear. Just like it's all the natural flow of things. Oh, there it is, a beautiful bathhouse. I could see a bathhouse behind the trees. And why do the pioneers have baths here? Olga Dmitrovna had said something about their repairs to the showers, though. No reason to worry about it now. There were soap and clean towels, so I quickly washed myself, went outside and breathed in a chest full of fresh night air. That must feel nice. It's so wonderful that physical cleanliness brings spiritual cleanliness. All my problems, if not went away, then at least became less important. Like the water washed away not only dirt from my body, but also the anxiety from my mind. It's like the water washes away your sins, or something. I suddenly started yawning, so I headed to the leader's cabin, rubbing my eyes. I didn't even take a few steps before Alisa jumped out of the bushes. Alisa, what do you want? We're done. Like, we're literally done for tonight. What? You? What are you doing here? Obviously taking a bath, why? I was just washing myself. She came to her senses and spoke again. And? And what? How should I know? Alisa, what are you talking about? Why are you like this? Then why do you speak if you don't know? My peace of mind vanished in a moment, only the irritation and wariness remained. Okay, well, if you don't mind, I'm gonna go back to my cabin and get a good night's sleep, because then I can wake up tomorrow well-rested and we can probably have a better interaction. Wait. Oh? Are you here to apologize? Now what? If back there on stage you thought that, well, I didn't want to offend you or anything. It's okay. I'm not offended. I just can't play the guitar. Nothing special. A lot of people can't. Okay, well, I mean, I guess I feel a little bit better that she's like, hey, you know what? I didn't mean to go overboard, but like... Alright. I felt that there were obvious signs of irritation in my voice, but I couldn't do anything about it. I wanted to say everything to her face right here, right now. What? Exactly, you can. Did you just come in here just to tell me I can't play the guitar, Alisa? Alisa obviously restrained herself from laughing. Oh, I've already had enough of you. She totally drove me out of the woods at that moment. In another second, I would have started to yell at her. Or worse. Wait, what do you want, Alisa? I just want to go back to my cabin and sleep. Would you just leave me alone? All you do is just say how shit I am. Why would I want to keep hanging out with you? Alisa followed me, but didn't try to stop me. I really didn't want to offend. Some invisible power made me turn around. Okay, can I go now? Yeah, sure. I mean, like, I can appreciate that you're being, like, true to yourself, and I, like, think that's really cool. But, like, you can say that, and then I can be okay, and then I just want to go. Yes, of course. See, the thing about, like, it's like, I actually do appreciate the apology that Alisa's going to, but you already made Semyon and me feel a lot more strained of emotions. So it's just like, I get it, but it's like, you know, this might be tiring after a while. In the moonlight, Alisa looked very beautiful with a brief guilty expression on her face. Does she? I'm just not into it, but if she could only keep her mouth shut. What are you smirking at? Although, nothing. I just thought that if you were only a little bit more polite. Then what? I shouldn't say such things. People could get ideas depending on their intellectual abilities. Then nothing. Exactly. You should finish what you started. There's nothing to finish. I'm very tired and I'm going to sleep. Yeah. Stop right there. No, Alisa, please. Like, okay. I mean, the attraction that I'm getting is that, like, Semyon just thinks Alisa is, like, hot. Right? Don't make me run away from you. As if you could. Why would you want me to do that? I don't care. She may be right. I'm already exhausted from this day and naturally I had no intention of running after a bath. So what? What? If only I'd be more polite, then what? Try it and then you'll see. Why should I do anything for a fool like you? Why even ask about this? I mean, okay, I know the obvious answer is because, oh, we have a crush on each other. Romance. But, like, then don't try. What does it have to do with me? Right? That's a good point. I sighed and dragged myself to the square. And what about you then? What? I replied without turning to her. Well, if I would, then you... I don't know what you're talking about, but let's think that I would if it is easier for you. Moron. Alisa yelled at me and headed to the bathhouse. Oh, God. I get it, the moment, but again, it's such a headache. The squares shined with the cleanliness of a German road, which were washed with shampoo, or so people said. That's Slavia for you. She's good as like a German cleaner, I guess. And I just argue with Alisa and nothing else. What for? As if it were really necessary. She just gets on my nerves, man. Like, and for her behavior. In any other situation, I would surely say that Alisa likes me and just hides it underneath her rudeness. Wait, oh, behind her rudeness. Okay, then you do know Semyon. Like, literally, it's like, oh. Is it the kind of thing where it's like, oh, I'm so mean to you because I care about you, which is why I say all these extra things, but you don't know if it makes me feel bad? That's not important right now, though. Yeah, fuck that, dude. Relationships, love, anything. Maybe she isn't even a human. And what if she was a human and all this was happening in the real world? I drove those thoughts away and headed to the leader's cabin. Hardness had overwhelmed me. It was like an invisible obstacle stopped me in front of the door. Olga Dmitrievna certainly would like to know where I was and why I missed the dance. I'll get a full interrogation for sure. Counting the absence of Alisa at the dance too, it wouldn't be hard to guess that we skipped it together. On the other hand, should I even tell her that instead of going to the dance, Alisa practiced playing the guitar and I just went along with the flow? I don't understand why you couldn't just gone to the dance together, but like, I guess it's supposed to show that Alisa is like playing music and that's like her thing. Even though really you could have done that at any other point in the day, but you know, I might be a bit harsh on this. Nothing special actually. Doesn't really matter why I left. So, at the same time I thought that it could be better to keep silent. Well, I'll decide on the spot. I sighed and pulled the door handle. Olga Dmitrievna was already waiting for me, wearing a dress. So, Semyon, where have you been? Oh, this is a choice. Interesting. So, if I want to go with the Alisa good ending, I don't know. I don't know what's the option here, because I feel like you know, with Alisa, I don't want to tell her that we were together, skipping together. But then, if you don't tell her that, does that mean like, oh, we're not like, or it's like we're not like, oh, we're not embarrassed to be with Alisa or whatever. I'm gonna say that we were with Alisa because that's like the truth. So, to tell you the truth, I was at the stage with Alisa. And what did you do there? Play the guitar. Okay, that's not important. Why didn't you come to the ball? I literally just told you, Olga. Well, frankly speaking, I don't like dancing. So what? That was a camp public event, which means every pioneer had to attend. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess you didn't do a good job keeping count of where we were, Olga. She looked at me intently. You could just sit somewhere quietly. Or... no. See, now I'm just like, Olga, now I don't want to go because you're telling me I should have gone. I'm sorry. I sighed. Okay. The leader softened. Go to bed quickly. Is that how I made her voice? I just remember being like, oh, Semyon! The storm had passed. Alright, cool. I tossed and turned but couldn't sleep. Nope, okay. I'm pressing control, just making sure I'm getting extra dialogue here. My head was full of thoughts about music, guitars, and Alisa. I wonder, could I become a professional musician? Sure you can. And do I even want to become one? Or be one? You don't know. Why would I want to? It certainly would be pretty fun, but nothing else. Or is Alisa the reason? I mean, yeah, I get it. I don't know, the thing is about currently right now with Alisa, it's like there's too many, you know how it's like tsundere? Like she just showed me so much soon and I have not got enough dairy to compensate for the amount soon that I'm getting from her. I need a dairy moment or I'm good, like too much soon is not a good thing. She really is like an energy vampire sucking all your juices. Yada yada. My eyes started to close and I fell asleep a moment after. Day 4? 4, wow, alright. Oh, blah blah blah. Here we go to speed mode. Alright. Okay, so Liliana and Alyssa are talking. I looked at Alyssa intently and suddenly remembered yesterday evening. Her strange behavior, I quarrel. But now she looked like usual. Maybe there's no need to say anything to her. Though I wasn't going to. At the end of the day, everything that happened that night stopped seeming unusual, as if it was all a dream. Blah blah blah. Alyssa's talking to us, we're at the beach and the crab and the blah blah blah. Shurik's missing, right? Right. Yeah, she's like, Shurik's missing. I need you to go find him so he can like come back to the camp or whatever. Right? Is that what this is? Or no? Right, yeah, well I know he's in the forest. I don't know if the play the play is to find Shurik, so then like Alyssa can come with us? Right? Isn't that like the play? Or no? Oh no. Or am I skipping ahead too much? Oh, no, I don't want to be here with Miku. Okay, electronics fine because I'm not talking to a woman. So, oh wait. Oh, this is where Alyssa locks us in the cabin and she's like, oh my god. I hated this fucking part. Okay. I wanted to take revenge. For what? Really, what did I do this girl to warrant revenge? You beat me in cards. Oh yeah, wait, why? I read this already. What a fantastic reason. Oh, is Semyon like extra angry? Let's go. I want extra angry Semyon. I see. Maybe I should apologize to you. Oh no, I asked sarcastically. Screw you! She went to the house slamming the door. Oh, what? Okay, so it's not really anything too extra. Lena, I just think you look- nope. Uliana, I just... blah 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 blah. I will not ask about- no! The proper thing to get Slavia away from us is to ask about the bundle, because then it makes her feel awkward. Alright, and then this is where Alyssa's like, give me activated carbon, and she's gonna like, I don't know, blow up the school or something. But you never know. What if she really has an ache? Okay. I reached into the drawer and got out a packet of activated carbon. Thanks! She wrested it from my hand and ran away. Oh, this is the apple part. I don't know if eating the apple affects anything with Alyssa. But let's not eat weird apples, though. Okay, there had to be an explosion, right? Yeah. Yeah, Alyssa made a bomb with activated carbon. Besides, he gave me activated carbon. Alyssa, you fuck! You absolute shit. Okay. Oh my god. Alyssa, you couldn't have at least taken the downfall on your own, you fucking Piece of shit. Okay. She pointed at me with her finger. The whole square stared at me. Thoughts about the pointlessness of this act due to the small bomb site left me at that very moment. She stole it. I did nothing. Okay, well, Semi, you don't have to lie to her. You don't have to lie. We did give it to her. Even if he gave it to you, I'm sure that Semi would never take part in such a disgusting antisocial act. True. True, Olga. True. Yes, exactly. I agreed. I could hardly imagine how long she would have to keep scolding Alisa. Electronic had popped out in the very moment, shouting, "Shurik is gone!" Right? Oh yeah, she's like, "Oh, where's Shurik?" Okay, yeah, this is where we go like, "Hey, where's Shurik in the hole? That is the hole." Alisa. And I'm Sky goes with you. It was as if Olga Dimitrova had read my mind. Why's that? Well, who tried to blow up the monument? And if that wasn't enough, who tried to slander Semyon? Thank you, Olga. She said in such a voice that Alisa did not dare to argue. Why is Alisa's personality just like, oh, I like want to rebel against everyone? Happy now? She blurted once we were left alone. What do I have to do with this? Was it me who tried to blow up the monument? Alisa grunted and turned away. I'm not going anywhere with you. Oh, please don't. Oh my god. They're literally just arguing. The whole relationship is literally them arguing. Come on. Great then. Excellent. Okay, so is it the kind of thing where it's like, ooh, we make fun of each other because we like each other, blah, blah, blah. We stood silently for a while, not looking at each other. I dare break the silence first. Is that all? All what? All that you wanted to tell me? Yes, that's all. Do you mind then if I inquire why you tried to blow up the monument? I was bored. Why did you blow it up if you were bored? That's such... Okay. Alright, blowing up would have definitely cheered you up. Alisa seemed really reluctant to go with me. As for me, however, I decided to find Shurik after all. It wasn't him who interested me the most, but the abandoned camp. For some reason, I had a feeling that I might find out something there, and I really did not like the idea of going alone at night. So, you scared then? Yes, Simi, again the scare tactics. Are you daring me? She gave me a sarcastic smile. Oh no, I never. Good luck if you're staying then. I turned around and started walking in the direction where the old camp should have been. Alisa caught up with me at the forest edge. Ah, so it's new dialogue, don't even have the control. Wait up! I'm going with you. Why did you deign to change your mind all of a sudden? I asked ironically. You don't need to know. She smiled and handed me a flashlight. That was quite wise. I don't know what I would have done there alone in the dark if it wasn't for Alisa. I mean, like, alright, sure. Electronic told us the old building was rebuilt right after the war. It looked like a kindergarten from the barracks I expected. Yada yada. 20 years, huh? What? It had been banned for 20 years, okay. The night forest was completely unlike during the day. Just a couple hours ago, it just seemed like a small grove, where even a blind man wouldn't get lost. However, as the darkness fell, the trees seemed to grow up. The bushes suddenly took up all the free space, and the paths so wide in daylight turned into barely visible waves in the dark green forest ocean. The final strokes to this picture were the birds, the insects, and the beasts who were giving a concert, each with its own instrument, creating together an amazing yet frightening nocturnal symphony. Wow, what a nice fucking sentence! We walked slowly, Alisa a bit ahead of me, in her wake, trying not to fall too far behind. She acted self-assured to a fault. Absolutely not like me. Every rustle of bushes nearby or a hoot of an owl overhead made me cringe and looked around timidly. For it was obvious that there was not much to fear here. Local woods weren't likely to be teeming with wild beasts, and it seemed there were no people at all in this world apart from those in the camp. However, the fear was there on the instinctive level, and I tried to walk carefully and stay as watchful as I could. Discretion is the better part of valor after all. Alisa stopped suddenly. So suddenly that I nearly bumped into her. Now where? What? Well, straight ahead, I guess. Are you sure? I tried to figure out the directions. Looks like we were going the right way, or at least the way suggested by Electronic. However, without a map, without a GPS or GLONASS, I wasn't even sure that we were still on the same planet, wherever it was. We haven't taken any turns. We've been walking straight forward all the time, just as Electronic said. Then why haven't we made it to the old camp yet? How should I know? Why are you just arguing? Just figure it out. Alyssa's rude way of talking was already getting on my nerves. Are we already lost? Why did you say that? We were barely a kilometer away from the camp. So what? She looked visibly sadder. So nothing. If you don't like it, you can go back. Oh my god. So much arguing, dude. Alisa eyed me disappointingly for a while, and then her face changed sharply. Well, I will then. I guess you don't care about finding Shurik. She suddenly turned around and started marching briskly back towards the camp. Like, it's like the arguments get off so it's so easy to set her off. Good luck there, I shouted as she was going. However, Alisa may be right. We are in fact lost. Yeah, I mean, it's okay to be lost, but we just gotta work together to not be lost. In which case, it's not a good idea to stay here alone. The cool night breeze blew stronger and I shivered. But going after her would mean losing face, and even worse, admitting she's right. No, I'm not ready to accept that. Yeah, let's just go forward. I could have probably spent the morning arguing with myself about this if it weren't for Alisa's scream. My legs carried me on their own towards where she went. About 20 meters, I fell into a hole, just managing to jump over it at the last moment. As for Alisa, it looks like she had not managed to. Wait, there's a hole in the ground? I was about to point the flashlight into the darkness when I realized that she'd taken it with her. Well, that had to be expected. Are you alive? Yeah. Her muffled voice sounded up from below. Did you break anything? Hell if I know, idiot! A light flickered in the hole. I stepped closer to bend to it to examine how deep it was. The crumbling hole went about 3 meters into the depths, but it was pitch black below. Help me get out! Alisa yelled angrily. And how do you imagine I should do that? I don't know, think of something! Well, what do you see now? Describe it. Well, it's sort of a tunnel, and... Nah, it's just a tunnel. A tunnel? That's weird. Come on, get down here! Is it the best idea you have? I'd rather run to the camp for a rope. You gonna leave me alone here? Yes. I mean, like, what else are we gonna do? Alisa's voice lost much of its impudence. You're alone down there anyway. Hey! She cried out loud and directed the flashlight right into my eyes. Well, don't panic, trolls aren't gonna eat you there, and I'll be back in a flash. I mean, like, honestly, that's like probably the best idea, and I get it that she's like scared and stuff, but then she can say like, oh my god, hurry up, send me in. Alisa was screaming herself into a fit from down below and she couldn't make out the words. Oh my god, send me in. Alright, however, I managed to only take a few steps before the ground yielded under my feet, and before I knew it, I was tumbling down. I grabbed a thin root that somehow slowed my fall. But it snapped under my weight and went flying down with me. So there's like a hole in the ground here? I don't understand how they found the hole. Like, you're alive? Again! Where was this hole in the other paths? How did they find a hole? They didn't even get to the front of the house! How did they get here? Okay, I barely opened one eye as I felt a searing spotlight upon me. Arrgh, put it away! Alisa was squatting next to me and looking at me with a nervous manner. Any limbs broken? I don't know. I moved my hands and feet, everything seemed to be fine. Given the height, I was pretty lucky to make it down alive. I barely managed to stand up and examine the crash site. Indeed, we were in some kind of long corridor. There was some kind of a heavy wiring all along the walls, and lamps encased in heavy metal holders attached to the ceiling. In any other situation, I would have guessed that it's a subway service tunnel, but it was hardly like that Soviet had already reached such a level of infrastructure. Where are we? I don't know, but we have to get out of here. Climbing out of the crumbled wall was hardly an option. In fact, I was wondering how we even survived at a fall from such a height. Well, it seems we gotta find an exit somewhere. How do we do that? Alisa asked, slowly turning pale. Not a single trace of her usual arrogance remained on her face. Well, I guess there's gotta be an exit here, right? Probably, but which way do we go? Oh my god, can't wait for that game. Now that's a good question. At first glance, it seemed like a good idea to head towards the camp, at least in the direction I thought it was. But I hadn't seen anything there that resembled an exit from the catacombs. And that means we should rather try the opposite direction. Give me that! I snatched a flashlight from Melissa's hand and pointed its light to the darkness. Give me the CG. That way. Give me the CG. No? Yes! The CG of the light! Woo! Alright. We were slowly proceeding forward, with Alisa keeping a firm grip of my hand. In other circumstances, I might have been surprised, embarrassed, or even rejoiced. How should I know? But right now, I was just eager to get out of here as soon as possible. My bruises from the fall were aching. The blood was pulsing in my head like a heavy pendulum. Even the flickering spotlight that kept illuminating the same cement was continually wasn't raising our morale. Damn, there's also Shurik. What? Why did we go into the Night Forest in the first place? To find Shurik? Oh, just forget- What? What? Just forget him, dude. You don't even know if he's alive. What if he's dead? And I had fallen down here just like us. Of course, Alisa has a point. This wasn't exactly the best time to engage in a search mission. If we don't manage to get out, there would be a search mission for us instead. But I just couldn't take my mind off this thought. I mean, I'm glad, like, Semi has the moral high ground here. Like, I mean, okay. It was as if Shurik was standing right before my eyes, giving me a reproachful look. Look out! Alisa yelled. I almost crashed into a massive metal door. A biohazard sign immediately caught my eye. This means we're in a bomb shelter. I mumbled under my breath. Yeah, I've heard of something like that. You have? Why didn't you mention it before? How would I know it'd be important? I guess you're right. Fine. I grasped the door wheel and pushed it as hard as I could, trying to turn it. The rusty metal grating. Oh, the rusty metal grated, but refused to budge. Stop slacking, help me! Alisa hesitated a little, but then grasped the handle and started to pull. We finally managed to turn the wheel and the door opened. It was hard to mistake the room we entered for anything else. It was definitely a bomb shelter. Cabinets full of gas masks and dry rations, lots of equipment, bunk beds, and air recirculation systems. There was everything one would need to survive a nuclear war. Well, at least to survive the first blast. Alisa clenched my arm even tighter. What is it? What? What? She blabbered under her breath. I'm scared. What are you scared of? Indeed, what of? We tumbled down into an abandoned bomb shelter. Now we're wandering here in the dark, trying to find an exit. Oh yeah, nothing to be afraid of. Those thoughts made me squirm. I instinctively drew nearer to Alisa. She didn't say a thing. She blushed a little and turned her back to me. Well, in any case... What? You have to keep searching for an exit. Well, there's another door. Indeed, there was a door on the far wall, just like the one we came in through. However, no matter how hard I tried to open it, it was stuck. Need some help? Nope, it's jammed for good. I glanced around the room trying to find something that would work as a leveler. I noticed a crowbar in the far corner. Great! Alisa gave me a blank stare. Watch it! However, I still couldn't move the handle an inch, even using the crowbar. Totally exhausted, I flopped on a neatly made bunk and gave a sigh. We have to walk back. But we just came from there! Alisa seemed to regain a bit of her self-control, as well as her usual rudeness. Well, you can stay here if you want. There's water, ration kits, probably the radio's still working. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I was probably kind of mean, Semyon. He looked at me spitefully but said nothing. My whole body ached terribly. It was only now that I tried to relax that I began to realize how badly. A deep wound on my leg was bleeding profusely. My hands were heavily bruised. Blood was thickening in my hair. And are you... okay? I asked Alisa, either out of courtesy or because I was really worried about her. I don't know, man. Which one is it? It took her some time to answer. How can we be okay in a situation like this? Well, I mean that. Pointed to the wound on my leg. Oh, cried Alisa. Need to sanitize it urgently. No need, I'll survive. Oh, stop, we must do it, or you're risking getting infected, and then they'll take your leg off. My granddad lost his leg that way in the war. Alisa looked truly concerned and I decided not to argue. Okay, but it's kind of a long way to the infirmary. Hang on. He smiled and started to rummage through the cabinets. There's a fair chance of finding some kind of medicine in a bomb shelter. And soon enough, Alisa pulled out a first aid kit with a triumphant look. Okay, hold still. While I'll try. Treating the wound with an iodine-soaked cotton swab felt like the touch of a red-hot iron. I clenched my teeth hard and hissed with pain. Alright. Oh, come on, it's not that painful. It is, maybe you should try it yourself. It was easier with my other wounds, and soon enough I looked like a leopard, all covered in brown spots. Thanks. Don't you think that was anything special? We just had to treat your injury- oh my god, okay, treat your injuries. Okay, alright, dairy. Alisa snorted and turned her back on me. Sure. I refrained from arguing and got up from the bunk. Even a short rest had definitely been good for me. Well, shall we go? I mean, I guess we're fucking Shurik, right? Like, fuck, he's just gone. Alisa clenched my arm, walking close in step with me. We headed back slowly, carefully looking for a hole in the ceiling. Watch it be, like, covered up or something. The tunnel seemed endless. We couldn't find the place where we fell down, not after 5 nor even 10 minutes. Sucks, huh? Are we lost? Alisa asked sadly. It might be possible to get lost in the forest. It came to me that that's exactly what we accomplished half an hour ago. Oh, so to refrain from scaring her even further, I continued with confidence. But this is just a single straight tunnel. You can't get lost here. So where are we gonna end up then? My words didn't seem to calm Alisa down enough. Well, get out of here. There's always an exit. Really? Of course there is. The workers that built it somehow got back up to the surface, didn't they? Yeah, I guess. It appeared that she was trying hard to look as bold as usual, but it wasn't turning out well. In the dim light, it was evident that Alisa was shivering, a look of extreme exertion that was plastered on her face. Fine, let's move forward. Let's hope we find Shurik. In a few minutes, I noticed a hole in the floor. It looked like a shell crater, large enough to get ourselves through. What's down there? Hell if I know. I kneeled and pointed the light downwards. Damp ground, some kind of rail tracks. Must be a mine. Alisa looked at me questioningly. Of course, we could easily sidestep the hole, but my instincts insisted that we wouldn't encounter anything good proceeding down the tunnel either. It would either be a dead end or another jammed door. On the other hand, it was naive to believe that we would find an exit in the mines. We could give it a try. In the worst case, I'll just come back. It's low enough to let us climb back up later. Her face took on a suffering expression. Then Alisa turned away from the light and quietly said, "You say so." As I thought that we were in a mine, miles of rusted Eden tracks stretched far down, oh my god. Sorry. I'm like trying to make sure my mouth is all good. Okay, cool. As I thought, we were in a mine. Miles of rust-eaten tracks stretched far away from the corridors. I could virtually see the overloaded minecarts creaking along the tracks ages ago. The walls were propped up by rotten beams and water occasionally dripped from the ceiling. Again, where's this? Oh my god, I really need some water. Where is the scenario of like Semyon like getting crushed underneath a bunch of like, you know, panels here? I wasn't sure whether it was scarier here or in the catacombs of the bomb shelter above. I'd say that up there it was like a post-apocalyptic setting, and down here, occult medievalism reigned. In any case, I was even more eager to get out of here and do so as soon as possible. Alisa didn't utter a word. After we descended into the mine, she just walked next to me, clenching my hand so hard I started to worry. "Are you alright?" "No," I said quietly. "I understand that it can't be okay, but how are you holding up?" "Fine," she replied with that indifferent voice. That's good, because I really wanted to say, because if you go nuts too, it's gonna be a massacre. Because we'll find an exit. We'll definitely find one. Yes, Semyon, encouraging. Let's go. Yeah. It seemed that she wouldn't last much longer. We should go faster. Quickened my steps and we reached the fork after a couple of dozen meters. Well. So which way? Alisa seemed completely disconnected from the outer world and didn't worry about what happened to us, or how we could leave this place. Well, let's think. To the left or to the right, and what if we get lost? I decided to put a mark on the wall, just in case we get lost and return to the spot again. Seen a large cross scratched with a stone decorated one of the beams. Now we're ready to go. Alright, here we go, friends. Oh my gosh. It's interesting to see how the ladies react to the, this incident. To be fair though, I think Alyssa's reacting pretty realistically to like getting trapped in a cave like this left. Right? Seems that another dead end. Left, 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 right, right, left, right. God game. Oh my god, I feel like if I had to go at this fork in the road. Oh my god! How am I not getting this? Okay. Is there like a way to tell? Okay, now I'm literally just picking out whatever. Right. Left. Right? Right. Please take pity on me, game. Please take pity on me. I am not... Is there any indicators that tell me I need to go right or left? We were here just a few minutes ago. Take pity on me, game. Please! Oh my god. Nope. 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 Okay, here we go. Following the curb, I saw a wooden door in the torchlight. There you go, here's something. You think so? Alisa looked a little refreshed. There! Frankly speaking, I wasn't really sure there'd be an exit behind this door, but it wasn't like we hadn't had any choice anyway. Is this where Shurik's being all like, woo! I pulled the handle. Found ourselves in some kind of room that resembled a ballroom or a utility room underneath the bomb shelter. Empty bottles, cigarette butts, and other bits of debris littered on the floor. That proves there is an exit from these caves. I scanned the room with the flashlight. In the farthest corner I saw our boy Shurik! Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna have the Shurik interaction, but we're not gonna have it now. We'll have it next episode in Everlasting Summer. Okay, well, thanks for being here. Hope you have a good day. Bye!